Good morning. Today we're with Fernando Aguilar, Associate of Corporativo Aguilar. Thank you for receiving us in your office. Could you please present yourself, your name, your position, a little bit of your educational background, please?
Of course. My name is Fernando Aguilar Gudino. I'm an attorney. We also call ourselves business consultants, on top of being a lawyer. I went to law school in University of Baja California, here in Mexicali, and I studied a master's in international law in San Diego, in the University of San Diego, California. I graduated from law school in 2006 and my master's in 2015.
What's like your position here in
I'm a partner. I started since I was law school almost 20 years ago. What I mostly handle is the corporate counseling and also promoting foreign investments in Mexicali. And I also specialize in litigation in employment and labor law. So any litigation to any of our clients, I handle it directly, and the corporate branches of law in general.
Could you please describe Corporativo Aguilar briefly? When was it founded?
Yes, my father, Antonio Aguilar, he started counseling maquiladoras and foreign investors over 40 years ago, since the 80s. And after having other partners, he started this law firm around the year 2000 on his own, and then me and my sister, after graduating from law school, we started growing. We're a small law firm. We currently have 10 employees. 9 of us are attorneys. We also have a paralegal and a receptionist. So we're a small firm, but we handle things personally and directly. That's our main purpose and what we offer to our clients.
Could you please describe us your services?
Yeah, usually corporate involves handling in-house counsel for the maquiladoras or foreign investors without being in-house. What we do is we coordinate all the areas of law or the branches of law: environmental, health and safety, corporate, taxes, employment law, corporate. So we coordinate and we provide a full service for the client to have all the legal compliance in place. And specifically me and myself, what I do is I litigate any employment lawsuits or complaints. My sister and my father and other attorneys in our office handle the corporate areas.
What would you consider the main challenge that companies face while trying to establish here in Mexico or Mexico?
Investing in Mexico is no different than investing in any other place in the world. Every country in the world has its bureaucracy or its paperwork that has to be fulfilled and complied with. The only thing is, since it's different for Asian investors or American investors, mainly is they need to find professional consultants and services providers specialized in foreign investments, specialized in maquiladoras, specialized in American or Asian parent companies. We believe that the Mexicali EDC is very important in this part of the attracting of foreign investment, because it gathers or groups all of us that are professionals and services providers specialized in maquiladoras, in foreign investments. So that's the main challenge. I've seen it in 20 years. Investing in Mexico it's possible and it's profitable.
Wow. And over these 20 years, could you please share with us a successful experience with a client established here in Mexicali?
Yes, there are a few. There's one very interesting story. Around 2005, 2006, a group with EDC, a group of promoters, including my father, they visited Riverside. They visited a few companies. There was especially one that was kind of interested and kept calling my father, and he kind of saw my father as like his business consultant, his overall consultant, not only. So he kind of helped, assisted EDC in promoting, and he convinced him. He slowly started bringing his operations. What he was doing at that time, we're talking about 2005, 2006, he was in the business of stretching limousines. So they imported the limousines and they cut them and extended them. And what happened, he was doing very well, very successful for a few years. What happened is, I don't know if you remember of the recession of 2008,
yes.
Maybe you were kind of young.
Yeah.
The recession in 2008-9 hit, so it was a global recession. So the high-end products were kind of in a problematic situation as a market. The owner, the CEO, was very happy and glad with his workforce. So he started shifting his business, and he successfully, without shutting down, without going bankrupt, and he started manufacturing minibuses, but minibuses with tailor-made, with fine interiors. So he more or less used some of the specialization he already had from the limousines, and he found other markets. His only market at the beginning was the U.S. Then with the buses, he opened his market to Latin America, Asia, Europe.
Wow.
So, and they're still in Mexicali. They're around 1,000 employees company. It's been almost 20 years operating. So it speaks of how happy an investor can be with its workforce, with the city, with how profitable it is, and that should be an example for many other companies.
In regards of that, why would you consider Mexicali as a strategic investment destination for upcoming companies looking forward to establish operations here in Mexico?
Mexicali, it's right at the border, so it's strategically and because of its location, it's much better opportunity than in the rest of Mexico. But among the other cities in the border, the difference with Mexicali is water, its availability of water, its availability of land, and its availability of other resources such as energy. So compared to other cities in Mexico, Mexicali can assure you that you will have the resources.
Finally, what does Mexicali mean to you?
Mexicali is very safe. It's been very safe. I've seen it. I've lived all my life here in Mexicali, other than when I was studying abroad. But I've seen that it, even with all the troubles that Mexico's had, and with other ups and downs in safety in other cities in Mexico, especially Mexicali, it's always kept very safe. Maybe it's that, maybe it's friendliness of the people, or in general, people in Mexicali are honest, are business friendly, and I remember my father always says that Mexicali is Palm Springs weather. So so if you tend to like Palm Springs, it's the same weather compared to other cities in Mexico. It's one of the best, if not the best.